Sony Pictures Entertainment is an American entertainment company. They produce, acquire, and distribute film entertainment. Sony Pictures is a member of the Big Six and the Motion Picture Association of America. The infamous Sony Pictures hack occurred during November 24th, 2014 at 7 a.m. This hack is well known as a very big data hack against Sony Pictures Entertainment. The personal information that was released dealt with emails between employees, employee salaries, leak of unreleased Sony films, and other information. This was such a big hack because it showed how attackers could steal even executives' most precious secrets. On November 24th, employees who went to log into their computers had a graphic of a neon red skeleton with the words #hacked by #GOP. GOP would go on to represent the group that was responsible for the hack, standing for Guardians of Peace. Many people have speculated that this attack came from North Korea. Why North Korea, you may ask? People believe that it was caused by the release of the movie The Interview, which was filmed by Sony Pictures Entertainment. The movie shows North Korean dictator being assassinated, and the cyber invasion's attacker was a foreign government that had far more resources than the typical group of hackers. Right before this hack, Sony met up with Norsis Corporation, which is a small threat intelligence firm, to have a meeting to see Sony's top cybersecurity managers. United States investigators say that the hacking team spent at least 2 months copying critical files off of their network slowly so they can go undetected and not pull any red flags during the hack. After successfully copying the critical files, the hackers were able to wipe data from the studio's servers, expose the personal information of thousands of people, and reveal embarrassing emails between executives and filmmakers. The hackers used various tactics and schemes to be able to attack Sony's systems. The hackers made sure that there was no way that Sony could recover any of the data the attackers deleted. In order to do this, they used programming and code. The attackers had added a special deleting algorithm that overwrote the data in 7 different ways. Then the code would go through the computer's startup software and made the machine go brain dead. For a few weeks after the attack, some Sony employees still could not use their old computers because there was a concern that the code from the hackers may have not been fully removed. One major way to help prevent this breach is starting with databases. Although the malware and tactics used in this breach were very intense, databases could have played a part in this. Some attacks just delete database files, which could have been used in this data breach. The use of malware was one of the main tactics by the hackers. Malware is one of the main database threats. Malware's main goal is to steal sensitive data via legitimate users using infected devices. The malware that the hackers used was very complex and really hit the hardware. The malware that the hackers used was even undetectable by the industry standard antivirus software. The malware erased everything stored on half of the company's personal computers and 837 of its 1,555 servers. Could you believe that it only took 1 hour to take so much from Sony Pictures? The assistant director of the FBI cybersecurity division told the U.S. Senate that the malware that was used would have slipped past 90% of net defensives that are used out there today in the private industry and would challenge to even say government. Even before the breach, Sony's work office was very vulnerable. Sony did not use many precautions for cybersecurity in their computer networking. Still to this day, the FBI believes that this attack was breached due to spear phishing. The hackers found a back door in Sony's network and they took advantage of it by disabling the computers in the system. As a result, Sony's computer systems were knocked down for a few weeks, causing the company to use a limited amount of electronics. A major risk to consider in this hack is that employees' accounts were left unattended while logged in. Also, attackers emailed key people in Sony Pictures Entertainment warning them that they would have been attacked if they did release the movie The Interview. There were many federal agencies responding to help Sony, like the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security. Then President Barack Obama issued an executive order enacting more sanctions against the North Korean government and some of their top arms dealers, specifically citing the cyber attack and ongoing North Korean policies. Sony's response and recovery time was very slow, as it took them more than 6 weeks for the studio's network to be back up fully as technicians worked to rebuild and get it fully back online. This incident led to President Obama urging Congress to act on a new cybersecurity law to defend against attacks like this in the future.